Okay. So, yeah. Um, I know we're still getting a little settled. We got about what 45 minutes or so before Jen can link up, so we can hop in. She can join us.
Yeah.
Is that a dog behind you, Matt? What is that?
There's a cat. I was trying to get her
Oh.
attention. We have a cat. That was the big announcement.
Oh wow.
Um, Liz.
Wow. You guys
um,
got a cat.
we got a cat. We picked her up I believe Saturday, and so we've had her since then, and she's been absolutely amazing. I'm kind of testing her right now though, because she's exploring the laundry room, and she's been fantastic. She hasn't like gotten into anything she shouldn't get into. But there was an incident with my hockey bag where she peed on it. So like fortunately it was sealed up and everything, so no pee got into the gear. So thank God it was easy to clean. But she's very curious, but she's also very slow to kind of get into stuff. But I'm curious if she's gonna get into my shit, and I'm kind of keeping an eye on her and kind of testing her, hoping she'll come in here. She's been hanging out with Jamie all day, so I'm kind of hoping I get a little bit of the Brian treatment. So I have a cat sitting on my lap,
Yeah.
maybe not walking all over the desk and just kind of standing there, but a cute little cat bouncing around.
Well, what's her name?
Her name is Lucy.
Lucy. Okay.
As we got her, her name was Lulu, but just sounded like too cutesy and kitty-like, and just kitty, not kitty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, wait,
yeah.
what
I
do
was
you
like, no, I heard it.
That
I'm
sounds
like,
perfect.
yeah, no, too childlike. It was like Lulu. So
mean? Cat like. Yeah.
yeah, so Lucy just kind of fits her. She's absolutely gorgeous. But
Classic. Yeah.
yeah, but she the big thing was it's kind of sounds like Lulu because she does respond, like she did respond to Lulu pretty well. Like she
Yeah.
kind of recognized it. So Lucy is also kind of close enough, and it's like we like it. And it
Yeah,
works. So
that's
it's
good.
also it should hopefully be kind of an easy transition for her to recognize.
Mhm.
I mean, she's still kind of a cat, so she's like listens to you or she doesn't, but she's pretty good. She
Yeah.
follows us around nicely.
How old is she?
She's 2 years old.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you adopt her from?
So we got her from as a breeder, I think. No, she wasn't a breeder. She's just kind of holding people. So it was a foster person. But they
Okay.
were out. God, it was north. It's like northeast of Sacramento. I cannot remember. Like if you're going to, if you're going to the airport, instead of taking the where it splits off and you go to 5 or 80, you take 80.
Yeah. Mm.
And then it was like right there. I cannot remember what that place was called. But yeah, so we found a lady out there who had a bunch of them, and so she had like a ton of cats, a few dogs and stuff. So she was fostering a lot of animals, but this was Jamie actually found her online and kind of
okay.
reached out, and that's how we got connected with her. But yeah, she's a great little cat.
Nice. I only got to see her little tail.
I'm
We'll see if she hops on your desk and bumps your microphone and webcam like Brian's does.
we'll see. I don't think she will. She's been pretty slow to kind of hop onto laps and stuff, but she's still very cuddly. She's very sweet.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot in your guys' place to explore. So,
Oh yeah.
especially for something her size.
Well, and she's been just about everywhere. The laundry room is the one we've kind of closed off a little bit, but like not really preventing her. So I think that's why
Yeah.
but that's also why I'm hoping she comes in here because like she hasn't spent a whole lot of time in the office.
Yeah, the last thing you'd want is her jumping up on your shelves and then just like the paw like knocking things off, thing that cats do.
Yes, which I honestly at this point it's kind of testing. She really hasn't gotten into stuff, and she's been very dainty when she does. Like she avoids everything.
Yeah.
So she's like a little freaking gymnast. It's incredible. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly peek on her. I'm gonna keep my headphones on, but sorry to not give you an opportunity, Nick. But I know Brian's got some news in the sporting department.
Yes.
This freaking
Sporting
guy.
department.
Dude, Brian's
Did you
busy.
win, Brian? Did you win?
Brian is very busy.
Did you win golf?
I came tied for eighth.
You tied for what?
Tied for eighth.
Tied for 8th. Okay.
Yep.
So
And
yeah.
I didn't do well on my first round. I shot 9 over par. And then on my second round, I shot even par, which is the best score I've ever played, I've ever had in a tournament.
okay.
And I shot a total of 153, and there was a four-way tie for at 148. So I was only 5 strokes off of the lead, which means had I even golfed my normal game or a little bit even worse than my normal game, I might have had a chance to win it all. But that's all right.
It's the tournament jitters, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, it was my first tournament in like 20 years.
Yeah, no, that's still. I mean, it's below 10. That's still good.
I was gonna say I'm in the top 10.
Yeah.
So and then I have a qualifier tomorrow. I was doing a practice. I just finished a practice round, so I literally just got done. And then this is a qualifier to get into the NCGA Mid Amateur Championship. So
sorry, I just brought Lucy up, and she's so cute. Oh, what a cutie! Those black face and blue eyes and blonde hair.
A little Siamese.
Yeah. Sorry, but
hi, Lucy. Hi.
She straight up looks like a cat from like the like the commercials, like the what's the food Fiskers
Friskies.
Fancy Feast.
Friskies, right?
Friskies.
Oh, Friskies.
Yeah, like one of those cat commercials. Definitely looks like one of those.
It's so funny you bring it up because when we got her, we were talking to the lady and I was asking what kind of food and stuff, and I was like Friskies, and she's like, we do not give them Friskies. It's like very specific of like, no.
Oh, dude, the cats in those commercials are not being fed Friskies. They don't eat the product that they're advertising.
No, but she's a skinny little thing, so we're trying to fatten her up. But Brian, you are not doing a good job of selling yourself, man. He did so freaking well. Like, just whatever. I had kind of a bad first round.
I'm honest.
I know, but you can't. You had a rough round. Happens. You came back, freaking crushed it. I mean, what was it at the end of day one? You were, and was it 20th?
20th place.
So he's in 20th, and he goes from 20th to 8th. At a third, like, not selling this, man. You're not selling this. It is impressive. It's really good, and for your first tournament back to be top 10. Seriously, man.
Yeah.
Like, good job. I'm so stinking proud of you, man. Like that's Thanks, awesome. Man. That's really freaking awesome.
You said 20 years, so you were golfing as a teenager, like in high school?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
He was practically a bebe.
A what?
Have you not seen Schitt's Creek?
A long time ago.
Oh, you really need to watch it. But Moira, the character, she says bebe instead of baby.
Okay.
The bebe.
I don't remember that.
Of course, my stupid vacuum would come right here. You've got the entire house to work on.
Get out of here, mouse.
Yeah, just show the whole class.
Not moving a cat, I'm moving my vacuum.
At first I thought you were talking about your cat.
No. But yeah, and then I've got, like I said, I've got a qualifier tomorrow to try to get me into the NCGA Mid Amateur Championship, which is a pretty big NCGA tournament. So we'll see how I do.
What region does that like consist of?
What do you mean?
Like how far out does that pull people in from?
Is it like Bay Area?
Northern California. So
okay,
like all Northern California.
Anywhere, yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
Like it's not like an international thing. It's like a state.
No, not international.
Yeah.
Still big deal.
Not even multi-state.
Yeah. No, that's still cool.
Yeah.
Brian, remember rule number 1.
What's rule number 1?
Have fun.
You don't cry in golf.
Have fun.
Oh, have fun?
Have fun.
Okay.
You got to be having fun. If you're not having fun, it's not worth it. I'm not saying don't be competitive, get frustrated, fight to win. I'm not saying that. But you better be having fun.
Oh, I always have fun.
That's it, man.
I thought the rule was there's no crying in golf.
No.
Oh, there's plenty of crying in golf. You get that green jacket, and it's just waterworks, man. It's practically Miss America up there.
Yeah.
You give me that green jacket, my bouquet of flowers, and I am just a.
That's just.
Brian was looking down for that. I hit the.
You got my.
I hit the miscongeniality. Oh God.
Okay.
Matt, you got my joke, right?
I missed it. Sorry, which joke?
I said there's no crying in golf.
Oh yeah, we were talking about League of Their Own.
Yeah.
Of course, of course, of course.
You just didn't respond appropriately. That's okay.
I hated the way you responded.
Yeah.
Well,
Be better at responding.
Gotcha. Well, has anybody ever told you look like a penis with a hat on? You misunderstood. You misunderstood. Yeah. You want me to reference A League of Their Own? I'm gonna hit you with it, bud.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that quote. I just don't remember.
We did watch this movie for Movie Club. I don't know. I just never know if you were a part of it because there's that at this point after 5 freaking years, there's that weird little gray area where you weren't with us.
Yeah.
It is funny to think like you've been with us long time now. What is it? At least 3 years, right?
I think it was 21.
I say I feel like 4, but at least 3.
Yeah,
Nick started in 21.
Yeah.
Jeez. Like spring or something.
Well, happy anniversary.
Yeah. 4 years.
I might have to tail out early tonight.
Oh, good. We can let's go ahead.
Yeah, let's just get
let's hop into it.
Okay.
We'll just chat this one out.
Brian is just insanely busy.
All good, man.
It
All
is
good.
insane.
I'm dealing with graduation season and I'm back at it again tomorrow, so I'm freaking exhausted, so I'm with you.
I mean, I can't believe I even am here and I even have all the information that you guys need.
We did. I'm excited.
You're so busy you had to reference yourself in the third person.
Yeah.
I'm so far behind. I'm behind myself.
Yeah, you're like a messenger for yourself. It's 2 jobs.
Well, all right. Well, let's hit it and let's get into it.
Yeah, let's hit it and quit it.
Welcome to GoodFlickas, home of the GoodFlickas. Can you take our critiques? Let's find out as we dive into tonight's movie, our third pick in Pixar Animation Month, Onward, which was my pick. I am, of course, Matt, joined tonight by Brian, a.k.a. Manly Man Min Min. I don't know why that took me the second to actually read it and comprehend. Fantastic! It was great in the chat this morning. It's great in this reference. On it, he's already on it. I caught it as I was like, oh,
manly men.
Well, I could have done it better. Manly men. I could have actually hit the reference, but too slow. I was too slow to it.
I mean, I'm all about the birdie getting birdies, so I'm just here to follow the Raven.
Nice. All right, man. Golf reference for anybody who was here early enough to see or hear that this guy is crushing it in the golf world. He's going to continue to crush it tomorrow.
Trying to.
You got this, man.
Trying to.
You can remain humble. That's all good.
I'm very humble.
Yes.
He won 8th place, guys. Can you believe it?
Practically a participation ribbon. No, you seriously, it was great. But we also have Nick joining us tonight, a.k.a. Sir Snips a lot. Which I'm not quite sure why snips.
Hair.
Yeah.
Do you not remember the reference?
Sir Snips a lot.
From the movie?
No.
Oh, you guys missed it.
Is somebody cutting hair?
No. This will be a good. Did you notice?
Splinter.
Sir
So
Snips.
It's one of the stores in the background.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miss that.
Wow, it was huge letters too. I can't believe you guys missed
the whole store was called Sir Snips a lot.
Yeah, it was like a barber shop.
Gotcha, and totally missed that.
Yeah.
Man, I've seen this movie a few times now, and I've missed it. I've never noticed that. That's
a good. Did you notice? Good
yeah.
job, Nick.
Yeah,
another reason to watch.
And I did not notice.
That's a good. I did not notice. Yeah. I believe it was the scene when they actually come out of the manhole cover, and then you could see the stores behind them.
Ah, okay.
I'm pretty sure it was that
So, like
moment.
right at the end.
Yeah.
That'd be a good time. Okay. Well, all right. We will also have Jen joining us later, but she is busy as we all have been. So thank you all for the delay in day and as well as time. We appreciate you waiting around for us. But yes, so this was my pick for Pixar animation, and I think you guys know probably the main obvious reason for why I picked this. It's clearly the D&D references, which is just a lot of fun. I like this because it references a lot of D&D, but it's done in a way that like it's kind of explaining anything you need to know to you. You don't have to be a fan to care about any of this stuff. It still works as a classic fantasy thing. But it's fun for those little Easter eggs for the people who do care. And I really think that this is a good Pixar movie that they've made where the story is fantastic, the characters are a lot of fun, and I think anybody can enjoy this movie. So like, don't be alarmed by the fact that they're fantasy creatures and it's D&D references. This is a fun one. It's a cute one, and I as a son, I can connect on some levels where like this relationship between father and son where it kind of hits home at times, and there's other things where it's like, yeah, like I certainly relate to this. So I just like it. I really like this movie. I think it's a lot of fun. And I thought it'd be a good one to share where I figured most of you guys probably haven't seen it. But with that being said, initial thoughts, scores, who wants to go first? Go ahead, Nick.
I'll go. So Onward, this is my second watch. I believe Matt, you're the one that told me about this movie maybe like 3 or 4 years ago or something. Um, and yeah, I enjoyed it this time just as much as I did the first time. In fact, I forgot some things, and it was just nice to watch them again. And it's an incredibly fun like fantasy journey of a film, and it's got all of it. It's got everything you need in a good emotional adventure type of plot. And I mean, I love Chris Pratt and Tom Holland. Like they're great as the two sons and the brothers, and um, like their relationship is great, and the message of the movie is awesome, and it's yeah, it like I don't know, it's just a great fun movie. It's not very hard to think about or not too deep at all. I mean, sorry, it is deep, but it's not like complex to figure out. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think the animation is really well done. I think it's pretty. I think it's colorful and magical, and I love the fantasy aspect of it. Yeah, I gave this one a 4.8 out of 5.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, Brian, what do you got?
All right, so I've seen Onward before,
Okay.
and yeah, I mean, kind of like what you guys are saying, the message, the overall story, it's very creative and everything. I feel like this is a good movie, and if you're into like the fantasy Dungeons and Dragons type thing, then this movie goes from good movie to great or extraordinary movie. And if you're not, then you'll probably enjoy it, but you won't get to that wow, this movie is just out of this world amazing. And I think that's kind of where I fall into, where it's like, yeah, I enjoyed the movie, but I don't look at this as just a absolute rock star of a movie, and that's just because the whole D&D thing, it never really caught my attention and whatnot. Um, Animation is really really good. Like I said, the creativity in this one is what really stands out a lot, and with that, I'm just giving this one an even 4.
Yeah, I'm not too much to add to what I've already said about this one. Animation I think is beautiful. The story is great. I don't know who else had this thought, but every time they kept bringing up the like, it's based on real history. It's based on blah blah blah. I kept going to the SpongeBob episode where they're playing pirates and they're on a pirate, like they're on a treasure hunt, because Mr. Krabs found treasure map, but it's really just a board game that they were playing because it was based on a real map. I just kept based on a real map and just think about that SpongeBob episode.
I forgot about that episode. Yeah.
So I that part kind of kept tripping me up and making me laugh a little bit for probably the wrong reason. But I like this. I think that even with the like the D&D stuff that they add into it and really feed off of, it's nice for the people who get the reference, but I feel like they don't really shove it down your throat or really make it too crazy. It's just a nice, easy way to explain, like, you've got magic, here's what you need to do. Like, it's just kind of a quick, easy how-to manual and a nice way for the brothers to bond. So I like it. I think it's a great way to kind of simplify a lot of things. And the magic is fun. I like how they did it all, but plenty to talk about when we get to those scenes and stuff like that. Since we don't have Jin for a little bit longer, do we want to just go ahead and move forward into the fun facts?
Sure.
Sweet.
What was your score?
Fun facts. Fun fact.
Score. You want my score?
Yeah, you didn't give it right.
You want my score. This was my pick. You want my score. Yeah, I just totally forgot. 4.3. 4.3 is my score for this movie.
Oh, okay.
4.3.
It's a little lower than I thought.
Yeah. No, I really like it, but I think it's one of those where the stuff that they do really well, they do really well. I kind of complain to the point of some stuff is sort of rushed or not looked into enough. I'm like, let's make it longer. Let's make this more fun and add some things. So ultimately, what I'd really like is for them to take these characters and bring them back in some kind of way, even if it's just through a bunch of shorts and stuff. Because I think the concept's a lot of fun. But it is pretty simple. They made really fun characters, and I want more time with them and that kind of thing. So I think for the most part, the characters are a little flat just because they're playing stereotypes, but I think it works very well.
Sounds like it's not D&D enough for you.
I mean, was it Den of Thieves or whatever the live action D&D movie is? I love that. It's tons of fun. Like, give me more D&D movies. It's great. They're doing a good job. They're lots of fun. But yeah, 4.3. I think it's great. I think this is a really good movie, but definitely room for improvement. So.
All right.
And now it's time.
Spin that fun facts.
Fun facts. Fun facts. Sit your butt down cause Brian's in town. Fun facts. Fun facts. Here we go now, so let's talk about fun facts.
I love the symbol at the end of that. Fun facts.
Yeah.
Ooh, hot.
That sizzle.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I've got my magic wand with me today.
Nice.
Okay, guys, it is May 20th, 2025, as we are recording this live on YouTube. And you can catch this on Disney Plus. Like WALL-E, like Toy Story, and like next week's pick as well.
What will it be?
This Onward came out in 2020. I know. Yeah.
We shall not speak of that here.
Cue the Psycho song.
Death to 2020.
All right, it is directed by Dan Scanlon, who has directed 3 films. One is named Tracy, never heard of. And the Onward is the second, and his number 1 is Monsters University. MU.
It's a fun one. I'm curious because I think because he also wrote this, so I wonder if he's either more of. Looks like he mostly does animation.
He wrote MU as well.
Nice. Yeah, interesting.
All right, the cast. Nick already mentioned the top 2, but you've got Tom Holland, who is the voice of Ian Lightfoot, and Chris Pratt, who is the voice of Barley Lightfoot. It's an interesting last name.
Lightfoot?
Mm-hmm.
How so?
Just where have you ever heard Lightfoot before? I've heard of Lightyear. I've heard of Littlefoot. I've never heard of Lightfoot.
Well, it's a very D&D thing. There's actually it's a type of halfling, which is basically a hobbit. There's like a Lightfoot halfling.
Oh, see, of course. Go roll your dice.
Well, there's also there's a lot of races that kind of take names in that sort of way, like descriptors and things like that. So like Lightfoot, kind of a way to describe. So like thieves tend to be like Lightfoot.
Okay.
So
Brian's like, roll your nat 20 and shove it down your throat.
yeah. Dunk it on this BBEG.
The mom is certainly a familiar actress / voice actress who goes by the name of Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yes.
Which most people would probably recognize as Elaine from Seinfeld, would be my guess. That would be my guess.
Most likely.
She also was a cast member of SNL for a couple of years, too.
Was she really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, I believe in the 80s, if I remember correctly.
So probably what led up to Seinfeld.
Yeah, correct.
Interesting. Okay.
She's
made her way into the MCU.
And then, of course, what's a Pixar movie without mentioning John Ratzenberger? Did anyone catch who John was in Onward?
Oh.
Wow.
I recognize it. He's
I feel like I should play the Jeopardy theme right now.
I'm trying to remember. Is he the he's not. It's like I don't think he's the boyfriend, but
No.
I'm cheating. I don't care.
He is the construction worker.
Oh, right at the end.
Not at the end.
Isn't it? When he's in the fountain?
Yeah, I guess in the beginning too.
Same guy? Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely when he's in the fountain.
Like I knew I had heard it.
And then
Jen.
I see another one, but I don't know. I'll leave it to you guys if you guys wanted to mention anyone or shout out performances.
Nick, did you have any?
The woman who plays Manticore sounded familiar, but I don't know what her name is.
Oh, you definitely know her though.
But that's about it.
She was certainly one I wanted to shout out. So it's Octavia Spencer is the actress. I think she's probably most known for The Help and Hidden Figures, but I mean she has done so much in recent years. I mean she is blown up, but she's been doing this forever. She is. I'm trying to scroll through. Actually, what? There's a way to.
In The Help.
In The Help. Give me 1 second. She was Minnie Jackson.
Oh yes.
Oh.
I'm trying to see what other stuff that she has been in before that.
That wasn't Shit Pie, was it? No, that was someone else.
I think she was the one who made the shit pie.
That was her?
I think so. She's also.
Yep, that is her. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's totally her. Okay.
She was also in the Shape of Water, The Shack, Bad Santa 2, Allegiant, Zootopia. She's Mrs. Otterton. I mean, this is just like in the most recent of years. Like she is Percy Jackson movies, Snowpiercer. She played herself on 30 Rock. The Help, Dinner for Schmucks. Yeah, I mean, I'm scrolling back and like I'm still in the 2000s and I'm 7 pounds. She's been in so much. You absolutely recognize her if you don't know her name. But she has been blowing up in more recent years. Like the last half of the 2010s, she was absolutely everywhere. And yes, I loved her at the Manticore. She was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, she was great.
You can't really tell. There's a couple of people that I'd like to shout out, but like I mean, they're not necessarily things that you would really recognize the characters or anything. But Ali Wong was Officer Gore.
Mm-hmm.
And Tracy Ullman was Grecklin, the pawn shop owner, the little goblin thing. Which Tracy, if you don't remember Tracy Ullman, she is Latrine in Robin Hood Men in Tights. You definitely recognize her from plenty of other things.
She's also Robin's mom, isn't she?
Robin's mom?
In How I Met Your Mother?
Yes. I want to say yes. Let me confirm that real fast. See, like I said, we know Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
She's been around forever. She's been crushing it. Sorry, I'm trying to find How I Met Your Mother. Yes. Yep. Genevieve, which
Yeah.
yeah. But yes, so Tracy Ullman, big shout out to her. She plays the Goblin. Wilmer Valderrama, for those of you who've seen That 70s Show or Yo Mama, he is Gaxton. I think he's the guy who's talking to Ian at the beginning in the restaurant. Who was his dad's friend.
Oh yeah.
So I wouldn't recognize it because I'm so used to hearing him as Fez.
Yeah.
But the other one I wanted to shout out, the last one I really want to shout out is Gray Delisle, I believe is how would you say her last name. She plays the pixie Dewdrop. Probably not a name most people would recognize or really a face, but she has done so much voice acting. It's absolutely incredible. She's one of the top voice actors in the industry. So huge shout out to her. I'm trying to see if there's any main ones I can really shout out, but she's been doing The Simpsons, Young Jedi Adventures. Got to throw that one out there, obviously. American Dad, tons of kids shows. Yeah, trying to find some other ones. I want to say she's in like Teen Titans and stuff. Throw them out. What cartoons do you guys remember as a kid? Guarantee she's in it.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Rocco's.
Okay. Hold
Danny
on.
Phantom.
Let me get out of the
All
2000s.
Monsters. SpongeBob.
Did you ever say Teen Titans?
I did say I'm pretty sure she's in Teen Titans. I think she's Raven.
Angry Beavers.
Oh my god. She's been in so much. This is going to take me forever. I'm still in the 2000s. Holy crap.
PB&J Otter.
Okay. All right. We're going to start going through. I've made it to the 90s. All right. The Wild Thornberries, Timon and Pumbaa. Let's keep going. More Star Wars. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. She's Mandy.
Oh yeah. Love that show.
More Star Wars. She played Daphne Blake in a Scooby-Doo movie, or a couple of Scooby-Doo movies. What else? Oh, she's in Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. That TV show, if you'd seen that. Clifford.
All right, now I'm going to continue.
Go for it. I'm just saying. Huge shout out to this lady. Huge shout out. Not even a little bit. I've just been geeking out about a voice actor, as I tend to do.
Okay, so ratings. Well, I guess this is the perfect time to hear Jen's rating, and then we can have an official.
Oh, yeah. Jen.
Yes.
Do you want to give us your initial thoughts and score, and then you can go back to Kissing Kiwi?
Okay. And then I gotta finish my dinner. Yes, initial thoughts. I have never seen this movie, never heard of this movie until now, but that's really nothing new. And my thoughts on it. It was a big letdown. I didn't enjoy this, and like, it's just. Oh, hold on. I don't want to burn my food.
Holding. Pause. This is the equivalent of putting us on hold.
All right. We can keep going with a little bit of fun facts and jump around a little bit if you'd like. We don't have to go straight
Yeah,
into
I
score.
guess I could jump around.
Jump around.
All right. But budget was 176 million, and worldwide gross is 142 million.
Arr.
We obviously know what a big factor of that was.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
What?
So thank you.
Yeah, COVID-19 really did a number to this movie, unfortunately. All right. It was nominated.
You're so cute.
Never mind, she's back.
Just gonna set my apartment on fire, guys. Okay, so yeah, it was a big letdown. I didn't enjoy it at all, and I feel like the only thing that this movie really had to offer was like the tug at the heartstrings. But when it comes to like what we watched previously, like with Toy Story and WALL-E, there was just so much more creativity and thought put into it, where I felt like this was like, I'm just gonna take some real life and mix it into this little mystical world and call it good. Like it wasn't my cup of tea. I think it had the potential to be great, and they just dropped the ball on it by making it too relatable, I would say. And really, the only thing it had going for it was the heartstrings, and maybe that's what they were going for. I don't know, but it didn't get me. And I love love too, but I was like, nah, you don't have me. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this probably. I was gonna give it a 2, but I'm probably just gonna go with like 1.2 instead.
Wow. Okay. That's a big jump for everybody else.
Is it? Why
Yes.
did everyone else think?
I
You
gave it
guys are all in your field.
I gave it a 4, Matt gave it a 4.3, Nick gave it a 4.8.
I tanked it.
And then you go and just drag us down.
The Jen sticker of approval.
it just
Hold on, I'll be right back again. Sorry, guys.
all good, all good. Just
All
another
right.
reminder, I never know how she's gonna feel about a movie.
Yeah, I know.
No clue.
All right, well, the ratings. Thanks, Luna.
Transition.
Oh my god, this one's a nightmare, guys. I can't believe we're recording all this.
These are memories being made, sir.
These are definitely memories, all right.
I'm just jealous. I'm still trying to get my cat to show up.
I think we need a Luna Lucy
Okay,
collab.
so the ratings. We are giving this one a 3.58 out of 5 stars.
Mm.
IMDb gives it 7.4 out of 10. Letterboxd 3.4 out of 5. And Roger Ebert website 2 out of 4 stars.
Jeez.
Quote,
Dramatic pause.
Yeah.
hang on, I'm making sure I'm reading this right.
I don't. It's just making me anticipate like a Gordon Ramsay level of critique. This is absolute shit.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, my God, man, we're gonna get real rough.
This
with
movie is not Frozen.
it. Oh, it kills me. No, it's
All right,
not Frozen.
Quote, Onward springs from a deeply personal place and nestles on a heartbreaking premise. The possibility of being able to spend just one more day with a parent who has passed away. But the high energy pop culture heavy result feels frantically eager to please Luna, hang on.
It's like he's trying to speak to us.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Quotes again. But the high energy pop culture heavy result feels frantically eager to please until it tries to yank at your heartstrings in the by now familiar formula of Pixar animation. And of course, the idea of a deceased parent as a crucial plot point is practically on page 1 of the Disney playbook.
Man, critical.
Not wrong.
Can I pack that just for a second? I mean, they're not wrong with the parent thing for sure, but
Yeah.
Without getting into the spoiler of the ending, did you guys expect it to end the way that it did? With the results for
No.
Ian as it did?
No.
I got the men. Jen,
I mean, I didn't care.
you just didn't care? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair. It was one of the things that I kind of appreciated about this was like it did not end exactly how I expected it to. And that to me that is kind of how they pulled the heartstrings.
All right. I told you guys the budget, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oscars. So it was nominated for 1 Oscar.
Haha.
Nominated for Best Animated Feature Film.
Nice. What was it competing against though? That's where I feel like that was a rough year.
That's what I'm looking up right now.
It's probably like Shrek 6.
Or Toy Story 7.
I joke, but I think Shrek 6 is actually coming out now, isn't it?
Is it?
I know that there's the new one. I can't remember if it's 6 or not. I think it's 5. There's other Shreks, but I think this is officially 5.
I think they're coming out with Toy Story 5 as well.
Oh.
Kung Fu Panda 3.
Oh my god. All right. Nominated for Best Animated Feature. Over the Moon. Soul.
Oh.
Wolf Walkers. A Shaun the Sheep movie. Farmageddon.
Yeah. Okay.
Any guesses?
I don't remember Soul doing that well. Like I feel like Pixar was not having a great year, but they had 2. I'm going with Shaun the Sheep.
Shaun the Sheep.
I haven't seen any of those other ones. I'll go with Soul.
Soul.
Take a pick.
I haven't seen any of them.
All right. The winner is Soul.
All right.
Hey, I won.
Soul's a good one.
Cool.
It is a good one.
All right. So yeah, that was the awards, and then also Golden Globes nominated for the same thing, best animated feature.
Lost again to Soul.
I didn't even look, but most likely. Okay, we got a lot of like, did you notices and blah blah blahs coming up, but anyway, we'll start with this. One of the most iconic monsters in D&D. Does anyone know who it is?
No.
This guy does.
I'm assuming I'm above you.
Yeah,
Point to your left, Nick.
Matt, what's the most iconic monster in D&D?
The giant slime cube.
Yep.
Ooze. What is it? God, it's got a name, and now you put me on the spot. I'm like, it's the cube, gelatinous cube, the gelatinous cube. God, that was stressful.
Wow.
I know, like you put the pressure on me. I'm like, I know the answer, but now it's like test day, and like, oh God.
Like life or death at that point.
It's the jelly cube. It's the oh God, no, that's not.
You
right.
think he actually was in front of it or something?
Yeah, we're
Panic.
off the Twitch. We're off the Twitch. We've got silver
All right, so yes, one of the most iconic monsters in D&D is the gelatinous cube, and obviously it featured in Onward. Here's one of many. Did you notice? The Lord of the Rings shout out.
In the beginning,
Any Lord of the Ring fans out here that want to try to take a crack at this one?
Was it the wizard looking like Gandalf?
It was not.
was it in the beginning, like when they're like greeting the little town?
No.
I can't remember.
I was in one spot.
I think there was a "You shall not pass" reference.
No.
No.
I thought it was a Gandalf.
All right, I'm gonna just stop your guys' pain right now. Or my pain, I should say.
We are not fans.
Lord of the Rings shout out was through Burgershire
Oh yeah.
saying now serving second breakfast
Oh God, I did catch that.
because of something with Shiretown who has
It's the
second
hobbits.
breakfast.
It's,
Yeah.
it's the hobbits. So what I was mentioning earlier as the halflings, hobbits. Yeah.
So there you go.
I did catch that. I feel like an idiot. I absolutely
right.
caught that.
Who can tell me where the Pizza Planet truck was?
Ooh.
In the movie.
Where in the movie?
Oh, it was one of the cars on the highway.
That's that good. I'd say that was a good guess. It's a great place to hide it. I don't remember seeing it.
Zoom in by. That's my guess.
It was
They've done it before.
I think it's in a
It was-
parking lot.
found in the Troll Bridge toll scene.
I was close.
I don't know.
I don't remember that.
All right. The special A1 era A113.
Oh, I didn't catch it this
That
time.
was on one of the license plates on one of the cars on the highway.
That was Toy Story.
This one's actually really tricky. They didn't actually show A113. They voiced A113.
Oh.
A policeman says A113 in progress.
Oh.
Nice. Okay.
Tricky.
That's the
What
most
penal code is that? I'm gonna look it up.
In an email to Inverse, Wizards of the Coast confirmed it collaborated with Disney and Pixar over the use of D&D characters and story elements.
So,
Oh.
113
Confirmation.
is actually prohibiting manufacturing or distributing false documents to conceal one's citizenship.
Yeah, that's totally going on in Onward.
Yeah.
This was the first movie to be released for digital download while still in theaters. Anyone want to guess why?
That thing where we couldn't go outside.
Yeah.
Mm.
According to director, who happened to lose his father at a very young age, the film is inspired by the question he's always asked, "Who was my father?" The director lost his father when he was 1 year old.
Mm.
All right, more did you notice? A reference that I believe this was in the I think this is it's either in the gas station or it's in the soda machine, one of the two. But did you guys notice the names Cloak and Cola or Mountain Doom?
I missed that one. I
Or
noticed something
Satorade.
weird. What was it?
Satorade.
Satorade. That's funny.
Obviously playing off Coca-Cola, Mountain Dew, and Gatorade.
I feel like
I
I
love
noticed something
creativity.
off with the Coke label.
Here's another. Did you notice? What was the toll booth trolls? Who did they work under? Or I'm sorry, work for? Did you guys catch the name of their company?
No.
The name of their company is Under the Bridge Transportation.
It's dumb.
Nailed it.
All right.
All right. Did you guys notice a video game and what that video game was named?
Oh, it was in the house, right? In the beginning.
Oh,
No, this was. I believe it was in the tavern. I forgot what's that? Manicor's Tavern.
yes.
Oh.
Yes. I remember it now.
What is it?
DDR, Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
that's
you're
not the
talking
name.
about the different. There's another game. It's the arcade there's a crane machine that the kid's playing.
No. You're right. But the name of that video game
Well, it's not
is
DDR.
Prance Revolution.
Nice.
All right, the birthday
That was fun.
song. Here's another. Did you notice the birthday song in the Man of Course Tavern? Same tune from The Emperor's New Groove.
Okay.
I did
Happy
not
birthday.
notice
Yeah. Oh, when they're in the diner. That's fun.
There's a theory that Onward is connected to Brave. And the reason why is when they're looking at the map, on the left side, it says Brave Wilderness. And then the lake that's in the Brave Wilderness is like Loch Ness Lake or something like that, which is clearly Scotland. So there, and you guys heard about like the whole theory that all Pixar is in one universe. Yeah, it's kind of
Yes.
cool with the way that they connect things.
That it is insane how it's all connected, but people have connected it. It is crazy.
Yeah. And the last, did you notice? Which I'm sad I missed this one. Remy is working in Manicor's Tavern.
Oh, I did miss this.
We all know who Remy is, right?
Is
Oh.
Remy the dragon?
No, he's the little chef.
Oh, yeah, from Ratatouille. Yeah. I always forget his name is
Yeah,
Remy.
apparently he's working in Manicor's Tavern, and I missed that.
Yeah, I read that fact and I was like, oh, I wish I was paying attention and saw that. So and again,
I wonder
another
if
reason.
he's in the kitchen and you see him when like the double doors open up.
I think he's just a giant rat.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, that's all that I got. There wasn't really a lot of facts. It was more of like, it's a Pixar movie. It's going to be a lot of Easter eggs. And did you notice this?
Yeah. All right. We can take a quick break if you guys want. I mean, we've been going just about an hour, honestly. I mean, it's been probably closer to 45 minutes. But to keep us on track with time and everything, quick break, come back, we hop in the movie?
Sure.
Sounds good. Jen, take your time, relax a little bit. We appreciate you coming here right after work and everything, but breathe easy. You got a time to enjoy your meal.
It's so good.
Good. And it's nice to see the big bowl back. Always nice to have an appearance. But all right, quick break. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Like flip, just have like a mosh pit moment
So excited for the break.
for this song.
Oh yeah, because you missed it in the beginning.
I did.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go.
So good. shedding. You're shedding. What's the beautiful kitty eyes? That's you. That's you.
What's up, Jen?
Hello.
No. How was work?
It was work.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
There is a vibe
Mm.
at work. It was really funny though, because I had to do some training videos, and there was this one about like workplace violence, and then they got into like talking about shoplifters, and this is this is so funny to me. They said, okay, so don't talk to you don't want to follow a shoplifter, you don't want to make a scene, like don't talk to a shoplifter, and then you see like dot dot dot, unless it's to display like outstanding customer service. And so in my head, I'm like, oh yes, it's like, oh my gosh, that like box of beer looks so heavy. Let me get you a cart that you're gonna steal. It's like, oh, that looks like a lot of stuff that you're taking from us. I'll get you a shopping cart. Do you want bags too?
I mean, I get it. Customer service is very important, Jen.
Not that important.
Customer satisfaction at all times. Gosh, that is nuts. That is so funny.
Don't talk to them unless you're giving outstanding.
Well, like, it's so weird that's the yes, do this, and it's like, so I get that the idea is if I can get them a basket or if I can get them bags and stuff, like I can keep the bags and be like, okay, thank you, we're gonna just walk away with it or something like that. I'm like, you've essentially stopped the theft, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like, isn't it just much easier to let them just do their thing and like I don't have to get involved? Like, why would I want to involve customer service at this point when I can just be like, my life is so much easier leaving that person alone?
exactly.
You've given me permission to leave them alone. Why would I want to engage them?
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, outstanding goes. Oh no.
A 5-star Yelp review is not worth me talking to somebody who's actively stealing. Sorry.
This theft. I make it known. It's like I am not going to be a part of anyone's thievery. So they do whatever they want. I'm not playing a part of it.
That's the other part. It's like now I feel like an accessory. So no, customer service is not worth it.
Yeah, it's like no. It's like the guy on Mother's Day with the little teddy bear thing. I was like, yeah, no. I just took it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this. It's just I feel like you gotta have a look at that point, right? I'm just like we both know what's happening here. Just walk away, man. Just walk away. Like that's it. It's like it's over. It's over.
Because my coworker's like, Jen, you were like, you took it. I was like, yeah, I did. Like I am not now. I'm a part of it.
Yeah. Took it. He gave it to me. This was a gift. He bought it. Remember, this was a gift. He handed it to me. It's mine now.
Yeah. Now I'll steal it. Oh my gosh. Absolute madness.
Well, it doesn't sound the worst of
Yeah,
days, but those vibes. I'm with you. Like when you just have one of those days where it's long and people just not in the right space.
Well, yeah, I just feel like the coworkers are just like over everyone's shit.
Yeah.
Like customers and workers, the battle royale to the death.
Well, let's be real. It's
I
always.
I get it because like you have those days, but I just try to make people laugh. It's like I ask them when their day off is.
Yeah.
Because they need it.
Seriously though, like deflect. I mean, people. I get it. It's hard to just kind of leave it at the door, but like we all have our stuff, and it's like, especially when the job is customer service. I'm sorry, you gotta just kind of, you gotta grin and bear it. Like I know it sucks, but we all have to do this. Like that is the job. We got to put it away because we are taking care of somebody else and we need to put their needs first. That's the job.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's tough. It's tough.
It's hard in this day and age because I feel like there's so many people that take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Or they know like, oh, well, you're not going to do anything. It's like, I'm not going to do anything to your face.
Yeah. I'm fighting that old school way. You have no idea it's coming.
Yep. Cheeky, I have to know, did we win?
No, we lost.
We lost. It's because you were there.
Yeah, it was a pretty boring game for the most part.
Oh,
like,
sorry, I wasn't thinking about the baseball game. Go on. I was. She says, "Did we win? Did we lose?" I thought she was talking about golf, and like you go, "Oh, we lost." I was like, "You didn't." That's.
No.
I'm trying so hard to defend you, like, because you're just not selling yourself as well as you should, man. Seriously, I'm just so excited with how well you played. But yes, the baseball game, the baseball game.
It was it was like 0-0 up until the 8th inning, I think.
Oh God, exciting 0-0.
No.
Oh, the worst.
And then the Royals hit a 2-run homer. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. And then the same inning, the Giants score, so now it's 2-1. I'm like, oh, we got some excitement.
Got a game.
And then in the bottom, the top of the 9th, the Giants let another run in. I'm like, you had 3 outs, guys. You had 3 outs, and you were 1 run away. Like, we could manage this, and then they lost. So.
Yeah. Man, we missed Monday for that. Come on now, bro.
And what even sucks more is when they scored, it was 2-1, and they had runners on second and third, and they couldn't get another. I was like, come on, how do you guys not get another run in?
It just wasn't their game.
No.
Still a fan, though. Still a fan. We ride with our team, win or lose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you ever?
Oh,
Did you wake
God.
up?
Sorry. You got me panicking as a fan right now. Go on, Jen.
Oh, I just asked for if he woke up at all because he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to the Giants game." Oh, you look like it.
Yeah, we rallied.
Matt, you good?
Like I said, you got me panicking. So it's the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I've been rooting for the Hurricanes, and they got.
People continue to root for them.
I will no, I will continue. But game one of the conference finals was tonight. Is tonight? I'm trying to do the math if the game's over or not. But they've been playing really well. This is the start of a big series, and playoffs are always superstitions for me. And for when it's the Penguins, what I had always done was I don't watch the first round. So in general, I don't watch the first round. If they don't make it to the second round, I didn't watch them play in the playoffs that year. But when they that's the superstition. It's like, well, it happens. But I always skip the first one out of superstition, and then I watch until they lose, and then I stop watching until they win again because now it's my fault. So I stopped watching.
Yeah, Nick, I'm mad. It's totally your fault.
It's totally my fault. That's what happened. So like I can't watch until they win. They're like, okay, that bad energy that I brought in is now gone. I can come back. I'm like, okay, let's try this again. But this playoffs, I haven't been able to watch any games, and they've been doing so well. So I'm actively trying not to watch these games on time, but rooting for them, and just been like real nervous. This is I'm very excited for them. They're doing really well. I want them to keep going, and I'm afraid at some point like the hammer's gonna fall, and I'm gonna be like fuck.
That'll be the one that you watch.
Exactly. So like as they've been playing so well and continuing to go up, it's just been making it harder and harder to not watch. I'm like, but you're doing so good. I want to see it. I want to see it happen.
Just watch it after they win.
I'm that's kind of how I've been doing. I've been watching highlights and things like that, but I can't watch the game as it's happening. It's stressful. All right, we're all back. Are we ready? We're ready to hop into the movie?
Yes, sir.
Hop in. Thank you, Jen. Dancing. Okay. We got the party, man. There it is. All right. What do you got, Brian? You gonna bring it up? My claps are so off because I'm just staring at Nick doing different stuff. Yeah. That was fun. Yeah, it's good. My clap was so off. Like I have no idea what I was doing at any point. Like there's no rhythm to it.
My animations put y'all to shame.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you for it. But welcome back to GoodFlickas, home of the GoodFlickas. Can you take our critiques? Let's find out as we dive into tonight's movie, Onward. And what better place to begin than the very beginning? A very good place to begin. And that doesn't feel right, but
no, it doesn't. No.
I can't go back on it now.
I just start is the word you use. Start.
Let's start at the very beginning. I know, like I gotta rewatch. I have to rewatch The Sound of Music for the 10 millionth time. I've forgotten the lyrics and I'm ashamed. But anyway, let's talk about Onward. Nothing crazy about this intro. Like I mean, there's nothing I think we're gonna get stuck on or anything, but I think it's fun. I like the voiceover. I think it's a nice way to introduce the story, getting to see the magical land, the fantasy of it all, and then the evolution of electricity. I thought that's a fun twist on a fantasy world. There's a podcast or a show on YouTube. You can check them out, but I'm not going to plug them just yet. But you can watch them where they have a very similar concept of like, it feels like modern day high school, but it's set in a fantasy world where people have magic and can do all sorts of crazy stuff. So this concept is kind of a fun thing that I really enjoyed, and it was cool to see that evolution. So just kind of a nice intro. I enjoyed it, but again, I don't think it's anything too crazy, nothing too special, but fun. Guys have any? Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I do like this intro a lot, but I did have a moment where in the first half of it, it's like this really cool, like, fantasy, magical, all this stuff is happening, and then once it kind of transitions into like modern day 20th 21st century lifestyle, like, ugh, this is kind of depressing now. Like it's like the modern lifestyle like took all the fun out of the fantasy. But it is cool to still see like what we know as like cars and the suburbs and shopping. They just put like an elf twist to it, So yeah, it was I'd never seen anything like it before, so it's definitely super creative. But just like the depressing feeling I got when it got to like modern day, I was like, oh man. I think it was Brian.
Definitely, yeah, Brian.
Yeah. The intro kind of low key makes me laugh because it's like back then and once upon a time there was magic everywhere and it was just beautiful. And then you lazy fucks just got even lazier and now there's shit.
I don't think that's what was said.
It's what they were thinking.
Well,
That's what they were thinking.
Well, just to comment on that, Brian, what I think is hilarious about it is I think we, as the people who've never had magic, have always been like, we watch things like Harry Potter, and it's like, you have magic. Why would you even bother walking? You could just tell, like, the idea that magic is just so easy and it can just, anybody can do it kind of a feeling, versus this where it's like, no, only certain people can do it. So it's just easier to be like normal people. And to tag off of Nick, your thought and everything, like the depressing part, I think that's why Barley's character is so important, because that's kind of his point of like we've gotten complacent, like we're forgetting stuff, but like we're capable of more. We're capable of so many bigger things. Like imagine what we can do with all of this modern technology and things like magic. And he's that light in the dark, right? Like, yeah, I don't know. Jen, we were just talking about work. It's boring. It sucks. Like, yeah, thanks to a world with technology, but what keeps us going? That phone and apps, and like it is us. And like, isn't it so much fun to see an adventure where like magic is real and it's doing really cool stuff, things you've never seen before.
This is why we always need to keep our imagination alive.
Yes.
Whether you're a kid or an adult, doesn't matter.
Never stop believing it can happen.
Never stopping believing.
There's something like that. Like, don't stop. It's some movie thing, but it's like, don't stop.
Don't not stop. Not
yeah, like they get it's like a weird quote. Don't stop. Not run.
It's something like that. Yeah, and I know what you're talking about.
I could not remember what the reference is, but that.
Don't not stop not believing.
Don't never stop.
I like I can. Why does it feel like a Will Ferrell thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or like I don't know. It feels like a Talladega Nights.
It's like a Monty Python thing, is what it sounds like to me.
Maybe.
Let's keep it a journey thing.
Don't stop believing. Fair enough. Good San Francisco reference.
Version by Journey.
Hold on to that feeling.
All right. So any other thoughts on intros? Ready to do some memories? Let's hit it up. Memories. Let's go first. Ooh. I think it was Jen by like She was just a little faster. She was just a little faster.
Well, it's the only time I laughed out loud during the movie. And for some reason, it was when, just cracked me up, when, like, so Ian's driving the car, I think, or somebody was driving, and then it's like you have the camera on Ian, and then all of a sudden it pans over to his brother, who's, like, shrunken up like anybody, and he has, like, a really high voice.
That's
my movie.
That's the moment that got you to laugh out loud. That's amazing. Okay. Love it. I love it, Jen. I thought it was fun.
Oh, it's
the
when they were
shrinking
trying
scene.
to.
They're running from the
it's when
pixies.
Ian was trying to increase or blow up the gas tank.
That was yes. That
Yeah.
was it. Yeah. And instead, like, then he's like, "Oh, you did it! It's back."
It's so big. Wait, you're so
loved it.
big.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
This is a fun moment, Jen. Go ahead, Brian.
I have two memories that are pretty simple. We'll be talking about one eventually, but my first one is just Guinevere.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of comes to mind just in almost immediately. And then the second one, which again we'll talk about later, it's the final battle.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go into more specifics later.
I know I'm just a little bit bummer. That is a fun scene, but okay. Nick, what do you got as far as memories? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have one kind of big one. It's the heavy hitter. It's the scene with the checklist and the flashback montage. So,
I've
just got me crying on that one.
Yeah. I liked that moment with the list of in general because they show him doing this twice where he makes his list and marks it out. But that moment when, like you said, he starts having those flashbacks where it kind of hits him and he's like, you just that hard stop of like realization, and then it's such a powerful moment, and then great memories, great.
Also, well, then a small one that I really like too was when you see the dragon at the end and he does like the face reveal and it's like the cartoony dragon from the high school.
The school logo.
So funny.
I love that it breaks out and gives itself eyebrows.
Yeah.
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 Ooh, terrifying.
Yeah, I've got my two big memories. So the first thing that always comes to my mind when I think of Onward is Aloft Elevar. I hear him saying it over and over again. It's like the first thing that I hear when I think of this movie. But the second thing that I hear is Rise to Valhalla with the little mixtape he's got when he sends Guinevere off to crash into the mountain. Yeah, like just final flight of Guinevere. And it's just like it's such an epic moment, and just I think he's saluting the whole time. Like it's fantastic. But there's that music. I tried looking it up. I don't know if this is the song of it, if it actually is Rise of Valhalla, but I don't think it's Carried Me With You. So whatever it is, I don't know the actual name of that song, but I think of that song, and it's a fun moment. Plus you get Guinevere popping the tire and the gallop. I'm like, you're selling this so good. This is brilliant. Like, just a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Where do you guys want to jump around to? You want to hit some scenes? You want some nitpicks? What do you got?
Jump around.
Jen hated this movie. What was your least favorite thing?
Yeah, let's start there.
Ooh.
Then we can only go up.
So, like, I just felt like for me, there was really nothing new. I mean, you did share in the fun facts there were some little trinkets, and I felt like that's where they spent all of their creativity was in those little mystery things. You know, like did you see it things. But the movie itself just I felt was very blasé, and like I said, the only reason why I think it has such a high praise is just because it can get you in the feels. And like I was not letting it. I was like, no, because I was like, oh my gosh, this movie. But then I was like, wait, if I remove that aspect, this movie kind of sucks. Like I wasn't. I felt like it's like okay, like it was mentioned like Lord of the Rings, or it was even like a little bit of Harry Potter vibes, or like it's I've seen it. It's been done. Like nothing new, and so that's what was just really disappointing because Pixar can do better.
I just want to ask you a question. Is you say it's been done, but is it that, or is it that you're just not into like the Dungeons and Dragons like fantasy type of stuff?
Are you kidding me? I love that stuff.
Oh wow, okay.
I that kind of stuff. Like I was thinking about writing a novel myself with that kind of stuff. But
Okay.
it's like this is just there was nothing new and exciting in this. It was just very meh. And that's just my take on it. And I'm
Okay.
not gonna change it.
Just a quick follow up. What would you have liked to have seen?
Something creative. Like I felt like for what Pixar, like what we're used to with Pixar, this just fell short.
Okay.
Like I feel like they normally do a little bit more elbow grease into it, and it's just this one just wasn't it for me.
Okay.
It was too like we watch, especially like little kid movies. I feel like we want to watch movies to escape from real life, and like this was basically real life. Only like they changed the look of the people. Like I felt like that's about it. Ooh, feeling. Let's go. Let me get on my gloves. Okay.
I follow up question. So you'd mentioned like it kind of feeling blasé, right? So was there a pacing issue as well, where it just kind of felt like it's a little bit boring? They hit you with something, then it gets a little bit boring, then they hit you with something. Like, was that any kind of issue as well, or is it really just it's like because it felt too realistic, like it's just like it felt too much like real life and finding magic kind of a thing that just not exciting?
Yeah, I think it was that, like, because I can't even really say like it was boring, and then they hit you. Like I never got hit. Like I just.
She was dodging all those.
I'm still waiting to get hit. I just like nothing excited me with this movie.
Okay. Go ahead, Brian.
I do agree with John a little bit, where I definitely felt that a lot of the movie was borrowed material pieced together in one.
That's a beautiful
Um,
way of putting it. Thank you for the words.
It was barred. What would you say?
Borrowed material
Oh,
pieced together and put together as a movie. I
barred.
mean,
Got
we already mentioned D&D, we mentioned Lord of the Rings, we've mentioned Harry Potter. I would also like to mention Indiana Jones. Um,
Oh
Very
yeah.
Indiana Jones like with, the when they get towards the what they feel is going to be their end of their quest, and then they end up popping up in front of their high school, which I would be furious if I almost like died twice only to pop up in front of my high school. I would just be livid, absolutely livid. I'm like, what is? what is going on here? Like, how am I even back in my high school? I just went off roading for miles on end. Like, a lot of questions on that one, right?
I would have
So-
just gone right back into the
Yeah.
back into the hole.
But yeah, so like I said, there was definitely some like Indiana Jones feels too, and I'm just like, maybe I don't know, Pixar. I think you kind of did borrow a little too much here, and you didn't play your own playbook, and I think that's what we want to see, especially in a Pixar movie when you've trained us to do so. I also will say the quest was kind of nonchalant. It almost was like a Dora the Explorer quest where it was very minimal. There wasn't a lot going on. I just it's lacking. It's is why I gave it a 4 versus, a 4.5 or higher, because like I can, even though I'm not into D&D, if you give me an entertaining story, I will give you a good rating, even though it's not, you're telling me a story about something I'm not really interested in, but you are telling me an interesting story. They didn't, I feel like they kind of dropped the ball on this one, both with the quest and with the material that was used. Go ahead, Matt.
Well, I want to respond to that, but there was something you said earlier that got me to raise my hand. Oh, in defense of the quest, as far as like ending up basically back where they started, I agree. I would absolutely be pissed. But in defense of it, they still had to make it all the way to that Raven to get what was essentially the key, the missing piece to add to the other one. So it's like,
I understand that.
like I said, that's the big justification. But like, no, I would be livid if I did all of that, went through all of that, only to end up right back home. I'm like, fuck you. I would be really upset. But the thing that I'll say from like, and this is because I'm gonna be in defense of D&D. That's my role tonight. This is just kind of like a problem with like one shots, if you will, where you're trying to tell a really cool fantasy story, but to a degree you kind of have to railroad it, which is something you don't want to do typically, but you got to get them from point A to point B as quickly as possible. And that's kind of what suffers in this one, and it's why like the trial is a road. They're following the road. They've got the puzzle of how do you get the bridge out. Now you got to run away from the cops. I mean, that's not really a trouble of the road. That's just the trouble of the situation. So it's like the quest itself, super boring. It's basically follow the Ravens. Like that's literally the quest. Yeah, literally follow the Ravens, which is really boring. It's a really boring quest, especially since the only true like issue they ran into was the gelatinous cube, the closing wall, which was, like you said, very Indiana Jones, especially pulling Dad through last minute. Direct pull. So it's I'm with you guys. I get it. But I gotta throw some defense out there for why things are, but I don't necessarily think it justifies it. This is a movie. It's got to be exciting. It's got to be fun. And that's where I think the creativity could certainly pick up. While I enjoy what it is, there's certainly opportunity for you to be like, you mentioned there's magic in this world. They're off the beaten path. Throw it at them.
Yeah.
Throw it at them. Let's see some crazy quest shit. Why is the Manticore so like, oh my god, this is a big one, but it doesn't feel like it? Go ahead, Nick.
It's funny hearing you guys, or hearing you guys on your take, because while watching this, I didn't really think too hard about the actual quests that they were on, like what kind of obstacles they were running into. I was more focused on the relationship building between the two brothers. Like to me, it wasn't about the physical world obstacle that was on the road for them. It was how the two of them were going to resolve it together. I think that to me that is what was more important than the actual world obstacle itself. And I think that they do a really good job at building that relationship. Seeing the brothers at their worst, seeing them at their best throughout the film, and like that's just what I focused on the most. but yes, I do see it now. I do agree. There could have the quest itself could have been a little bit more fantastical, a little bit more magical, but that didn't stick out to me as much. I think Brian was first.
I get what you're saying, Nick, and
Mhm.
I think, and I kind of fault the movie at this point. It's playing tug of war with itself, and no one's winning.
Mm.
One side is trying to be we need to mend the relationship of the brothers, and we're also using it to have, one brother never met his father, one brother only has few memories of his father, and then one of them that really scars him because he was too afraid. And you got a lot of heavy shit going on the family side. And then you got this other side of the tug of war rope that is, we're going to be a quest movie, we're representing D&D, we're doing this, and basically you've got both sides that are just pulling, and no one's getting anywhere. I mean, it's just a tightrope, and no one is moving. No, there's no one is getting stronger than the other's getting. They're just pulling until they basically both wear each other out, and the movie ends. Like, you get a climate. I guess you get like a good mended relationship with the brothers, and I feel like that maybe if you give a winner, I think that's going to be the winner. But for the viewers, it's there's really just not a lot to pull from here.
Mm.
Go ahead, Jen.
Well, I mean, you pretty much just said it. I was gonna say, I think like the relationship or like the emotional aspect of it, that's the low hanging fruit of this movie. The creativity, like you described it beautifully. Like it's a tug of war of like, okay, we're gonna be adventurous, okay, we're gonna be emotional, and we're just gonna somebody needs magic because they didn't make it. They didn't make it.
Yeah, I agree. The tug of war metaphor is a perfect way to describe this. Like it's two really good things that are pulling a rope against each other, and it's not leading to anything.
Yeah.
It like again, I really enjoy this movie, but I agree with you where these are things that could certainly have improved it. But
Yeah.
all right. Well, Jen, now that you got us all worked up and hating this movie, let's flip the script a little bit. Brian, what do you got?
Well, I'll just flip it with a concept that I want to praise them for.
Yeah.
And that's we go through a lot of these like mystical things that could happen in daily life. For instance, you play a Zoltar machine, and now all of a sudden you are um, a grown up man, but in a 13-year-old brain still. Or you wish upon a star and you have switched places. Like all these things, right? I just want to praise them. Like I've never heard of someone could come back for 24 hours just to see the how his two sons grew up, and and kind of meet one son for the first time, and see the boys or the men that they've grown to be. And that's a really really cool concept, and I just wish that I guess I wish they kind of played on it a little harder than they did, but that concept in general is pretty cool.
I think so. Dan Scanlon, who was the writer director.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of this movie's clearly like a personal project for him, and because you've mentioned his story, like of how it was he never knew his dad, he never knew who his dad was, and this must have been a really cool way of like being able to express all of those emotions, those feelings of what ifs, and put it into a concept where it wasn't like some magical means or anything that took dad away. It was a medical issue. I mean, like that's something that we can relate to.
Right.
We know what that's like. It wasn't some mystical thing. which is tragic and it's sad. And he was given a magical way of being able to remedy that. And like that's something nobody would have expected or believed could ever happen, because that doesn't exist. And it's interesting that even through all of that, like whatever mental exercises and things that he kind of worked through for this, like to end it where, you know, that connection from father to son does and does not happen. I'm trying to kind of tiptoe around the end so we can save it for that moment. But where it kind of flips it, like that must have been a hard choice to come to, because I think there's an easy way to write this story where it has its happy ending, the happiest of happy endings, and the fact that it kind of diverts from that while still giving you a really good happy ending, I think it's done really well, and it's all because of like that what Dan has written to be that personal story and how he could feel about it. Go ahead, Brian.
Just to add, I think Dan wrote a good story. He directed a good movie. I don't want to take anything away from him, but I think what also may be a slight fault in Onward is I think Dan maybe got a little lost in his own emotions while writing this movie, which is why we're kind of dealing with the tug of war analogy that we discussed earlier and all that. It's gonna happen when you're writing something, when you're creating something, and you're personally attached to it. Your emotions are either gonna come out consciously or subconsciously. And I really feel that this one he just may have just got a little jumbled. And it's like I want to get all this out and just didn't really know how to work with all the material that he had. Just theorizing at this point.
Did was there any mention about the director like having not having a relationship with his own brother? And then
No, I didn't see any research on that. No,
because because it sounds like he was putting this element of like not having your dad and like what it would be like to have him for a day. Like that's a real what if thought he would have with his in his own personal life. But I think he did a really good job of adding this other element that is fictional of, you know, having two brothers where the younger brother is like embarrassed by Barley's the older one, right? He's the older brother.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're oh my god, what's his name? Barley was the other ones.
Ian.
Ian. He's like embarrassed by Barley. Like he doesn't want to hang out with him. He doesn't want to include him with school friends, or you know, he doesn't want to be picked up by him. He wants to go take the bus. The 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 element of having this brother that you don't have a relationship with, and then by the end being closer than ever, I just think it's a good way to add in something that's not true to your own life into something that was inspired by something that was true to your own life, you know. So it kind of like gives like the two things to kind of think about, rather than the movie just being about, you know, the brothers meeting their dad, because that's like the obvious ending. So I like that they have that little bit of a twist in there that wasn't directly from his own personal life. Go ahead, Brian.
I mean, yeah, even just to add to that is this movie would probably hit so hard on anyone who has a big brother and unfortunately doesn't have a father figure in their life and has like looked at that big brother as, you know, the father figure, because essentially that's obviously how what happens with Ian, and he didn't even notice. But if you think about it, the fact that Ian is embarrassed by Bartley and doesn't want to be around him, I mean, that's kind of par for the course for a child who's going to school and his father. Like, no, I don't want to be dropped off by you. I don't want you around me. Like, I don't want you hanging by my friends. Like, you're not cool, Dad. Like, you know what I mean? That's the mentality of a middle schooler, right? The parents aren't cool. We're the nerds. We listen to weird music. Like, you know, all that stuff goes on. So in a way, you know, that makes a lot of sense. And then you know, I think Nick, it was your memory, the where he realizes that he may not have had a father, adult father, but he's always had his older brother who was about as close to a father as it can get as he's looking at his checklist. And it's like, well, way to land the plane on that one, Pixar, because that one was, you know, that one was really good. And I guarantee, and like I said, that's gonna hit some feels for certain people who are most likely in that situation.
Just anybody that's lost a father, you know, even if you don't have an older sibling, right?
Right.
Anyone who's lost a father at
Right.
some point in their life, they're like, man, what would I do with my dad if I had him for 24 hours? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was that dad that named you Sue, I mean, maybe we'd kick his ass or something.
Sue?
For any of you Johnny Cash fans, a boy named Sue.
Oh no, sorry, man.
Really?
Yeah, you lost me on that one.
Yeah,
No
same.
Johnny Cash? Oh.
Do you do the Ring of Fire song?
That's him, yeah. Wow. Oof. Not my music crowd, I see. Okay,
Tough crowd.
Okay. Oof. Wow. Anyway, so yeah, any other scenes, anything nitpicks? Like, I mean, we can jump all around. I can pull up some notes. I've got big thing I'd like to talk about, Mom.
Mm.
Does she not I don't remember what her name is, but does she not kick ass? The moment we see her, she's doing like aerobic stuff. Like she's working out, she's doing her thing. And then
She's
like exactly.
She is a warrior.
When you get some great moments with Mom. Go ahead, Jen.
Laurel.
See, like, even the mom was disappointing.
Wow.
It's like, I felt like.
Wow. Going
it
after
was
moms,
so-
Jen.
I just feel like it was so predictable.
Happy Mother's Day.
Right? I bet you sent a text, didn't you?
Like, I just felt it was so predictable, and like, it's like that was the mom in all Disney movies that is the single mom. You know what I mean? It's just like, give me something new. And that's the last time. I'm gonna stop dragging down the group.
You're fine.
I'll listen.
I am always going to be all for badass mom taking up a sword. Like, give it to me any day.
Like, is that, like, what it, like, honestly, even that fell flat. Like, it wasn't exciting.
I enjoyed the moments of seeing her just get gritty and into it. She was fun. I thought she was fun. She may not have been the most exciting or the most, creative of characters, but I still think she's fun.
Be aggressive.
Yeah.
Be aggressive. Keep
Go ahead,
going.
Brian.
I will say, she did drop a line that really made me laugh, and it was I think it was to Bartley, where she said, "Barley, if your toys keep like come into my land, or our lands, or something about us are gonna go to war." It was.
Oh.
It's when he left one of his toy soldiers like right in the middle of like right outside the door, and she stepped on it. And which was I not just talking about that in Toy Story? It's just a classic thing. Now Bartley is a little older than
Yeah.
than I would allow to be leaving toys around. But yeah, she says something about our lands are gonna go to war, and I'm like, that's just the funniest thing.
I like the mom. She had her moments, but I love the fact like she flips Barley over. She is
Right.
She's just kind of no nonsense, and I like when she turns it on. She's just like she goes full mama bear. It's good. But anything else you guys want to bring up with she in here? Somebody see a cat sneak?
Like scenes.
I mean, I wrote down a few things.
Wait, did you get a cat, Matt?
We did.
Oh yeah, you didn't.
I can't.
You were here for the announcement.
I don't want to scare her and make her leave because she's chilling. But
I want to see her.
let me see if I get the camera down there. There she is. Hi, Lucy.
Is that is that like a Himalayan?
She's
Like
a Siamese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Lucy.
Lucy.
She's just chilling.
Tell her why it's Lucy, Matt. I heard. I heard.
Because she's beautiful.
Uh-huh.
I love Lucy. Like,
Yeah, I
There's-
heard.
I'm-
Jace told me that you wanted her to, or you wanted to name her Lucy so you can say something, Matt.
me not say it. Knowing my family would say it.
Really?
Oh, okay. So my mom.
I thought you wanted to say it.
No. I
Oh.
I made the joke. No, and like I told Jamie, I was like, I guarantee you, one of my parents is gonna say it. Like they find out the name, they're going to say it. And my mom, who was here last night for dinner, 100% said it, and I was like, I told you. So the joke that he's getting at was, sorry, I want to check to make sure she's still there. Was calling her Lucy Fur.
Lucifer.
Lucifer. But no, I ultimately I like her original name was Lulu. We didn't really like Lulu.
Cute,
but-
dude.
Going to Lucy, it kind of fits her. And I Love Lucy kind of references and things like that. But
Lucy, you have some explaining to do.
I get to say that I'm very excited about. But also just like going from Lulu to Lucy is hopefully like recognizable. That like it's an easy transition.
Oh,
I scared her off. She's gonna go pee in my hockey bag now.
like you're talking about me.
I'm a little worried about her now. She left. But yeah, I'll hopefully she comes back. We'll see what happens.
If she's all being kind of wacky with her legs moving, you could be like, "Hey, Lucy Goosey."
Dude, I've definitely called her Lucy Goosey. She is super.
Alright.
She's super cute. She is very sweet, very affectionate. But she's just super chill. She lays around a lot and follows us when she needs to. Go ahead, Brian.
Like a cat does.
Yeah.
I got a scene for us if we're
Do it.
ready to move on.
Sorry, I've definitely got way off track.
We'll talk about the cat later.
This is when they're on their little quest and Barley is like hyping things up about how, oh, this is gonna be super scary, like we gotta watch out, blah blah blah. And they're going after the what is it, Manitor?
Manticore.
Manticore, yeah.
Manticore, not Manitor. Okay. Yeah, they're trying to find the Manticore, and it's super scary, and they open up the doors and they're basically in a child's restaurant at this point.
Practically Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Basically Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, exactly. That was pretty funny, especially with like how the animation, they made it actually look like it was going to be scary.
Yeah.
Like it was like dark woods and the moon was out and the atmosphere was there, and then the doors bust open and it's like happy birthday.
Which is quite scary.
Which kind of led to a head scratcher. You guys have been there for all your life. Would you not know like you should know the directions that you're going at this point, right? Am I wrong on this to think this? Like you probably that has to be a well-known restaurant. How do you not know that you're in the direction of this restaurant? Like it didn't make any sense to me.
I mean,
Yeah, I got everybody.
I live under a rock.
Anyone that voted highly on this movie, I want you to defend it right now.
I mean, I hear you, but at the same time, it's like there's plenty of restaurants I've never heard of that are local favorites that I've never been to. Like
Yeah, but you're
But it's
you're
like-
in Sacramento. That's kind of a big area. This
this
seems
is a
more
city.
suburban.
It's not though. It's a full on city. We see it. There is a suburban area, but like there's definitely city.
Yeah. I question it.
I mean, it takes them a full day to get to the mountains. I mean, they're definitely traveling.
Right.
So, I mean, I get it. It's just
I
like
don't
it's
really think it's a big deal.
yeah, like it's not really an
Like,
argument
I'm not saying it's a
I
big
feel
deal.
like I need to have, but
You guys aren't coming up with anything, so I'm coming up with discussion topics
it's
for
fa-
you.
well, lies.
I mean, I have a scene, but yeah.
What do you got?
The was it the pixie chicks or the pixie bikers, whatever they're called?
The
I-
Pixie Dusters.
Pixie dusters.
I don't know.
Which is-
I kind of like the pixie chicks.
Yeah,
Actually, the Pixie Chicks work. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
kind
or
of
the-
cool.
Or the pixie dixies. I don't know.
I'm just for the
But they're obviously it's obviously a reference to Tinkerbell.
a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
for
get
sure.
no, because she gives pixie dust. So they're
Yeah.
the Pixie Dusters.
Oh yeah.
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 But yeah, no, I just thought that they were. Matt, you said that the main one was voiced by that one woman, who did an absolutely phenomenal job voicing the main pixie. I just like there's something so creative about the idea of taking like these magical, like soft spoken to the touch and fragile pixies, and making them like Harley hardened motorcycle bikers with like the spiked collars and
Sharp
just like
teeth.
super aggressive, and they're like raiding like convenience stores and knocking things over and just being a just wrecking havoc. Yeah. And not giving a fuck. Like it's the whole thing is just too funny to me. And one of my favorite moments with them is I think it's when the brothers are confronting them, or someone's confronting the main one outside of the convenience store, and the main pixie, she just like rips off a pixie stick and just starts eating the pixie stick, and I was like, oh my god, this is too much. But yeah, I just thought it was a fun addition for a side character that is a little bit reoccurring throughout the film. So just good on them for creating the pixie chicks, as I want to call them. Yeah, go for it, Brian.
You said it. I was gonna.
Mm.
One of my favorite parts was when one of them was just smashing on a pixie stick. I thought that was the most creative thing.
The pixies were just a lot of fun in general. The intensity was my
Oh
favorite
my
part.
god, they
The car chase was pretty cool.
I love when you first see them. It's like the bikes are just somehow moving on their own, and then
Right.
all of a sudden a dozen pixies come out of nowhere. It's like, oh god, it's
because it's like each pixie is operating like a different part of the motorcycle.
yeah.
You know, and it's like you would think like, oh, these are like ghosts driving these motorcycles. No, it's a ton of tiny little pixies that you can't see. Like one is doing the brake, one's doing the accelerator, one's doing like the turn signal, one's doing the this and that. Like as a unit, they all work together. It's just it's clever.
I think my favorite shot though is of the leader pixie standing on like the middle of the handlebars, just like arms crossed, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden it's like, oh god, we're going over. It's just like that shot of her just so glammed up and pissed.
Yeah.
Um,
And like the leather jacket with the spikes on it, and yeah,
all of it. I thought her
and then the wings coming out.
like the intensity was just so much fun from those guys. Always, you want a piece of me? Like just maybe it's all the pixie sticks, like just too much sugar for their tiny little bodies. They're just so wound up all the time. Or maybe it's because they need to fly. That's how they get rid of all of that like energy, is by fluttering
that
their wings.
sugar.
Fluttering their wings is a billion times, like hummingbirds.
Yeah.
I'm stealing pixie chicks, by the way. Yeah, Gray Delisle. Delilah. I don't know. I'm not sure how to say her name, but she's amazing. Yeah. Anybody else want to talk about the Pixies? I've got things we can move on to.
I don't think there's anything else about Pixies.
What did you guys think of him pulling out the little cassette player and listening to the voice message from his dad? I thought this was a really creative scene, and it's just sad. Like it's really creative. I think it's really clever, but it's really just sad. And it's kind of the shame of it where like it starts off where you get a little bit of that energy, but then it just stays sad. I really like it. I think it's brilliant, but it's like, I feel like what's happening with this movie is it's more of an art film than a Pixar film, where I think you guys have kind of said it. Like, it's just maybe it's a bit too personal, and it doesn't feel necessarily like this is supposed to be child having fun movie. I mean, even with Inside Out, when you're learning about emotions and all that stuff from your emotions, it maintains a level of silliness, ridiculous. It keeps it light most of the time until it hits you with like the heavy, now we're sad. Here's little moments of sadness, but it's just sadness. I was like, we're gonna dump that, we're gonna dampen that out. Like, no, smiles. And then it hits you with the big one. Like, this one just kind of hits you with the big one, and it's sprinkles of the joys, sprinkles of the happy times. And then you get a good happy ending, but it doesn't feel as triumphant because everything else is so like a bit of a downer. But I think that's the energy, the emotion of the movie for most of it. It's brilliantly done. It's artistic and well said, but ultimately it's not going to sell to kids as well, especially since he's a teenager. I mean, this is Pixar. I think for the most part, you're getting this crowd, you're getting the adults who love their Pixar movies because we grew up with it for the last 30 years. Right. But I don't know how many actual teenagers are going out and watching Pixar movies these days. It's going to be us with like our kids.
Yeah.
That's who's going to see these Pixar movies. So,
yep, we're 30th anniversary.
Yeah. But that's the difference with like, Pixar was the one that could always sell to like the adults and the kids. Much like DreamWorks really does a good job of balancing that line of like adult and kid humor. But this one not so much. The balance is a little off. But go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, you reminded me because I had a thought of who was the audience for this movie. Like I would have thought teenagers, right? Because when you're a little kid, you don't really have these like deeper feelings of like, oh man, I miss my dad so much. If I just had one more day. That's usually that's like a preteen, adolescent, teenager kind of thought. And I'm just like, well, Pixar movies were kind of like for kids in a sense, not like baby kids, but just like elementary kids. And so it's like, okay, well then, so like they're not the target audience for this film. And then for adults, like maybe they don't really relate so much to like the teenager, especially like Barley. Most adults are not like him. So I don't know. It is confusing, like who the audience is for this movie. I think maybe it's like millennials, people our age who maybe had experienced this sort of thing when we were teenagers, and it's just kind of like I can kind of relate to that because that's a part of my past. So I don't know. I don't know what their audience was.
Do you guys remember when we watched The Good Dinosaur?
Mm-hmm.
Like it kind of gives me similar energy vibes where like when we talked about The Good Dinosaur, what we learned was it had a ton of writers. It went through a ton of different rewrites, a ton of different voice actors. Like it went through just a whirlwind of changes. And ultimately you got the product that you were able to get. but I remember that being an issue with that movie as well, as like the energy, the vibe kind of being off, a bit more down, a bit more dismal the whole time. And I feel like that's kind of what happens here. Although it may not have gotten like the runaround as far as how to build the story, which is why I think it's as strong as it is. It's a good story, but again, it kind of boils down to being too personal. But like, do you guys feel that too with Good Dinosaur? Of like, my okay, make sure I'm not alone in that one. But we needed a happier movie. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. Jeez. I thought it was such a fun movie. We get to have magic. Like, we're talking about pixies having crazy sugar fights and going ham on their motorcycles. Can we talk about the unicorns real fast?
The what?
The unicorns. I loved
Which ones?
I loved the unicorns. I wish that they had used these guys more, other than just like the random little jump scares and stupid moments. They made unicorns, what were once known as the most beautiful, powerful, and incredible creatures in the known universe, and turned them into raccoons, and that's absolutely hilarious. They turned unicorns into flying raccoons. It's amazing. Are you like just now realizing this? They're eating out of trash cans.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, wasn't there a scene where it was like two unicorns that were kind of like ragged up, and they were like fighting over a trash can or something?
They look awful. They're like, their faces are all dirty, and they look all feral. They look awful.
Like, this is weird.
They're raccoons. Well, they show up in the cave at the end too, where it's just like they finally get the light and just like they're bats or something, and they just fly out. Like, I would have give me all of the unicorns. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Bring the unicorns in more.
Yeah, he used the unicorn for like one of the trials in the quest.
Well, keep it like with the Grinch, right? When he's going through the houses and stealing, they keep bringing the cat back. Like, it's the same cat, but somehow it's in all of these other different houses. Same thing. Just keep bringing back the same unicorn who's somehow been terrorizing them from the beginning. It's just like, oh, it's all patchy again. Like, I don't know. Have fun with the unicorns. They were a good time. Go ahead, Brian.
I will say one thing that I liked about the movie is they kept this ongoing theme of, on a quest, you have to work with what you have. And with that, there was some creative moments, in particular when they were on their, closer to the end of their journey where they're about to pop up in front of their school. They're like, oh, we have this river, and if we float on the river, we can make better, faster timing, because again, we have to remember that we're also pressed against time. Half dad is only going to be around for next sunset, right? And they're like, well, what do we have? And then always gotta use what you have, as Barley is eating things, and then he's like, aha, and then they just take this cheese puff snack and turn it into a giant rowboat thing. I was like, all right, yeah, that's creative. So I did like the whole use, work with what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't there something with the drawbridge where Barley says the same thing, like you got to use what you got? But I can't remember what it was.
No, the drawbridge, he had to use his invisible bridge spell.
Yeah, no, I remember that, but I thought maybe he had said something else. Use what you got.
The first time he says it is actually, I think, when they run out of gas, and he's trying to you can just expand the thing, and it expands the gas inside.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time he says use what you've got. So he says it a couple of times, but I agree with you, Brian. Like, I like how they bring back like those cheese puffs, and to me, I question, like, would it not get soggy being in a river for a period of time? Like, it's
good question.
I'm not saying they're the most water, don't absorb super well, but at the same time, it's just like a air puffed something cornmeal. I don't know what it is actually, but it's dusted in cheese.
Like cornmeal or whatever.
Whatever, I don't know what it is, but it's basically styrofoam. Let's call it that consistency. So
It's very resistant to water.
It is, actually. Yeah. But yeah. I mean, like,
I love how Bartley is just snacking on it the entire time. Eating the boat.
He's a nervous eater. I don't blame him.
You know what my question is how many calories is that giant cheese puff? Do you think?
I don't want to get. I don't want to.
The 10K challenge.
The 10.
Is that the one where you run a 10K and you have to eat like a dozen donuts or some craziness?
No, it's when you eat 10,000 calories in a day.
Oh God, that's a lot.
Yeah. Liquid ice cream. That's how you do it.
Stupid.
Ew. I mean, I love ice cream, but I don't want to let it melt.
Yeah.
No.
Oh man, what else?
I have a scene that I really liked.
Perfect.
It's when I think the brothers are fighting. This is like somewhere in the middle of the film. They're fighting, and the dad starts dancing inside of the van.
Yeah.
And initially I was like, how is he dancing? Like, he can't hear it. And one of the, I think it was Barley, who says, oh yeah, he could feel the vibrations of the music. And I was like, oh man, genius. Yeah, because you totally would.
Yeah.
Feel it in your feet and your legs. But what I love about the scene so much is the dad dancing is what gets the brothers to stop fighting and start dancing with him. And like have a happy memory with them, and like dad is there breaking the tension and bringing them closer without even really knowing it. I just thought that was a really powerful thing. Yeah, go for it, Brian.
No, I completely agree. Another dad scene that I thought was really funny is when the boys are pulled over by the officers, and and then all of a sudden the dad pops out of the back of the van.
It's just like swaying back and forth.
It looks like he is so plastered. I mean, have you guys seen that video of the drunk guy who is like swaying back and forth, and then he ends up going like doing a dance and all that stuff? Did you guys see that YouTube video?
I'm sure there's tons of them.
No, this one's super famous because he ends up like do this and you can do, and he does all these like perfect things, but he first walks. He cannot walk straight at all.
Oh, you know what? I do know what you're talking about.
And then he's like, "Hey, you know what would be great?" And then he starts adding like different dance moves.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "You're really fun." He's like, "I'm not fun. I'm just drunk." And then he's like, "Ah."
Yeah, yes. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
anyway, I think New Girl did a bit with this.
The way he comes out, it's like just that's the total vibes I was getting, and the fact that it's just a half, it's two legs in what the costume that Ian put together. It was just really funny. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Matt.
I'm pretty sure that clip is from Reno 911.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's like an unscripted scripted thing.
Got it. Okay.
But
I don't know. It seemed like real cam to me.
They do a good job with them, but like I'm pretty sure that one's Reno 911 because I believe the same thing for the longest time. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I recognize the cop. I think she's the mom Beverly in the Goldbergs.
Yep.
Okay.
But it doesn't make it any less funny of a clip. It's dude just dancing down. It's like, I'm just drunk. It's like, I got you. Yeah, it's a good time.
Well, Matt, you remember New Girl with when Allie and Winston they make the guy dance like at the end of the episode. They're making him like, all right, now spin around. Now spin around while hopping, and now dance while you're doing that. Do you remember that?
Yes, because they're supposed to be stalling him for some reason.
Yeah. But like, it's a great bit. It's funny.
Just getting him to dance. Allie is fun when she's being mean. Um, yeah, I I get the feeling we're all kind of tired. And nobody is just like really wanting to drive this conversation, and it's fine. How are we feeling? Like, let's.
I feel like I've contributed. I feel like
No,
I've
it's been
praised
great.
the movie more than any of you guys
I
have.
do not want you to feel like this has been a bad conversation by any means. It's been fantastic. I just like I know that like maybe there's not a whole lot more left to say. We've kind of said our things, and that's fine. Like
I'm cool to wrap it up.
It's been a good chat. I'm just saying, like,
I do want to talk about the ending.
yeah, let's hit up the last things.
Okay. Well, I'll start with this. I think the ending has a lot of creativity, and this is what really kind of bumped my score up because I was like, man, this thing's like to me, it was hanging around a 3.6, 3.7 movie. And then the ending shows up, and I'm like, oh, you guys came to play on this one. All right. No, this I'm cool with. So, the first part of creativity is the curse comes out, and the curse is a dragon, but they use the school to make the dragon, like the structure of the dragon. But what I loved is when the dragon roared, it was the school bell sound. And like the school
is that what that
alarm.
was?
It still had like a dragony roar to it, but
It had
it's got
you could hear like
yeah,
the bell for recess type thing. I was like, that is so genius.
Oh, I didn't catch that. That's interesting.
Super good move, right? And then they make it seem like mom's gonna be the hero and all that stuff. And it doesn't work out too well for mom, which I'm glad it didn't, because I was like, you can't make mom the hero in this one. Like, it just like the come from behind Cinderella out of nowhere.
Cinderella boy.
The Cinderella story.
Cinderella story.
Anyway, but here's what I also love is, so she tries, it doesn't work out, but then everything that Ian has been working on his quest and learning throughout his quest is all pieced together right here. So he first loses his wand into the is that ocean?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an ocean.
It's such a I was like, where did that ocean freaking come from? And then he's like, oh, we gotta use what we have. I have nothing. What do I have? A splinter. There's magic in every fiber. We have a new wand. Like, I was like, oh, that's good job. And then all of a sudden he just fires off every single spell that he learns, and now he's like running on air. He's holding the tail back. But the coolest part is when he gets the sword and I forgot, mom throws it?
Yeah.
Or picks it up?
She picks it up and throws it.
Yeah. She picks it up, so then she gets like the warrior moment and throws it. He then casts a spell and just beeline missile right to the dragon. I was like, that is a freaking sick kill. Like, that was really, really cool. And I just loved how it just like everything that Ian was learning on the quest all pieced together at that very moment.
Yeah.
And then I do have some other comments when we get further down, but did you guys have anything to say about what I just addressed? Go ahead, Nick.
You know, I kind of wish mom had a little bit more involvement, because I feel like in this whole movie she's just kind of like left behind the whole time. I mean, like she's there in the beginning when they're at the house, but she's always like one step behind everybody, and I kind of wish that she had a little bit more of an emotional impact, like kind of just with her sons, kind of maybe talking more about their dad and like what he meant to her and everything, and like how she feels about this whole situation, and just like see her really fight for her sons, and then kind of like not really be able to finish the job, right? And you know that, because I'm sure like their dad would have fought for them just as hard, and she's having to play dad and mom for them. So just kind of seeing her kind of get left behind. I wish she had a little bit more involvement. But I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just would have liked to have seen like what they could have done more with her. But yeah, I think just the moment when Dad does come back and Ian is peeking through the hole in the rubble, and then seeing his dad and his brother hug, I think that was very powerful on its own, because now Ian has now seen an interaction with Barley and their dad, because Ian knows how much their dad means to Barley, and so him getting Ian to witness that, like, that has meaning on its own for Ian. Yeah, just a lot of like good, powerful stuff going on here. Like a lot of like good closure, good like happy endings and stuff. But yeah, I think it was Brian.
It was Matt.
It was Matt. Yeah.
So you brought it up, the chat with Dad. I really like this moment because it's easy to forget we're following. Oh, it's just a terrible sounding motorcycle. Sorry. But yeah, you forget that that Barley is really part of this story too. There's a big part, like, it's his dad too, and he has this of his 4 memories of Dad. One of them is I couldn't see him in his final moments. I couldn't say goodbye to him. Like, that's a hard thing to live with too. It's one thing to never know your dad, but the best part about that is he can never let you down because you didn't know what he was like. You know, like he can always just be your dad, and that it could never be tainted in any way. But when it comes to, you know, not being able to say goodbye to him in his final moments as a small child, like that's really tough, and to live with that for so long. So that moment when he gets to see his dad, he gets to have closure. Like, I love that they show it. I love that it's done silently from a distance. Like, it's the artistry of it. And I think it's a beautiful moment visually and metaphorically. So I really love that, and I think it's an easy thing to forget since we're following Ian the whole time, that Barley is a part of this story too. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, so I want to unpack this one because I don't know. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Like with the way, you know, the final product that we were given. To me, it seemed like everyone could have had their own happy ending, and I just don't know if that's if I'm missing something, or if the way that they did it is truly the right move. Because yeah, I'm all about. I'm glad that Barley got his moment where he got to basically, most likely, probably say I'm sorry for not having the courage to see you when you're sick, and you know, he gets total closure, right? But with the way that everything turned out, I mean, the dragon went down pretty easily. Ian was not buried in rubble. It was just, you can easily just kind of walk around. And also, we already know that Barley and the dad can walk too. So I really feel like they all could have walked. They could have walked closer. Ian could have walked closer, and they could have met somewhere in the middle, and there would have been at least a couple minutes for all of them to have their moment. And I'm just wondering, should that have been the move, or did what we have suffice? I've been kind of torn. I don't know. I don't have an answer for it.
I like the ending as is. I think it's beautiful, and I like the fact that he doesn't get that part of his story, because that's the whole reason Barley gets his ending, is because he's sacrificing it. It is the selfless move that is a thank you to everything Barley did for him as a kid to essentially help raise him. Like, that's the sacrifice that he makes, but it's his choice this time. He's like, I'm okay not.
Because I have you.
Yeah, like I'm okay. I can always. I have all of the things about Dad that I can remember that you guys can tell me about. There's stories to learn. Like there's so much about Dad that I can learn through other people. But I will always have you.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so important. But to to quote Wayne's World, the mega happy ending, like it would be great. It would be really nice. And I agree with you. Absolutely could have done it. Sunset can take an hour, man. Like be able to walk around in plenty of time or come and get him. Like absolutely. Could have had the full happy ending with everybody getting that moment. And I don't think it would have taken anything away. I think it's still a powerful moment. I think it's still, the sacrifice is still there. But I do think that like that conversation is, we get to see it. They have a moment. They get to say a few things, and then he disappears. Like it's not something that can last long. Yeah. Otherwise, it does start to kind of cheapen the moments.
Okay.
Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see both sides for sure. I do think that what we got was just equally as good, because when Ian is looking at their dad and his brother, Ian already knows that Barley has the qualities of their dad, right? So it's kind of like Ian's closure to be like, oh, okay, like I'm looking at these two men who have the same qualities in each other, but one of them is alive and he's fulfilling that role as my dad and my brother. I think that's like more powerful than just all of them meeting for 2 minutes. Yeah. I just think that the message is more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I've got this question. Mom is obviously dating again, and which, you know, good for her. It seems like she did 16 years essentially but so he's been dead. Unfortunately, Dad's been dead for a long time. Mom deserves some happiness. She's dating this guy, but the relationship that it is seems very odd to me. Just like his personality and her personality, I'm like, I don't get it. He's this weird goofy ass cop that's like working hard or hardly working. Like that's your dad joke. And you got Mom over here who's doing warrior poses and flipping her kids left and right. I'm like, I mean, you are a cop, but she's coming in with the cop energy. Like she's got that fun aggression, and like she's pretty badass. Like I didn't see the two of them together, and it's odd to me when, God, because they only refer to him as so Ian and now I'm blanking on his name.
Barley.
Barney, all of the stuff, like everything but Barley popped in. But they only ever refer to Colt as, you know, Mom's boyfriend. But there's the moment where they're pretending to be Colt, and the other cops kind of refer to them as like his stepson and everything like that. I'm not familiar. Like, is that kind of like a typical thing for, like, anybody know of, like, with step parents, of whether they're married to the mom or not, or dad or not, and kind of take on that step role in the dating process? Good, Nick.
I mean, just from personal experience, you know, when my mom remarried, I was an adult.
Yeah. So,
like, her husband was my stepfather, but he wasn't really like a fatherly figure.
Yeah.
So he was my he was my stepfather, but I referred to him as my mom's husband.
But
you know, like, because I have a dad and he's my dad,
yeah.
Right? Like, it would be different if I was a kid and my mom remarried and grew up with him, you know.
Yeah, but you wouldn't say like stepson or stepdad until after marriage, right? Like that's the thing that I just found was interesting, that he was referring, or they were referring to him with the implication that Colt kind of refers to them as his stepkids.
Yeah.
Just find that very interesting. Like, I mean, I don't get the relationship, but it seemed to have been a pretty strong one. I mean, and I feel like it's classic stepdad mode where, you're trying to be helpful and you're trying to be like that fatherly figure, but you've got the rebel son who's just kind of like fighting against you and like, I don't know how to reach this kid. It's interesting. I did like that he immediately goes to like, I'm protecting your mother. Like he seemed like a really good guy, but just goofy as hell.
Yeah.
I just didn't see the relationship. It's like when the really hot mom, I guess I'll say, is dating like the dorkiest guy possible. It's like, how did he land her?
A moment that I did like with the mom and him was when he calls her, it shows his phone, or it shows her phone and the contact photo. It says main man. Like
Main man.
M-A-N-E.
You recognize the ringtone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's a song. I can't remember what the song is.
It's Marvin Gaye's "Let's Get It On."
Let's get it on.
Oh
yeah.
Like, are you kidding
yeah.
me?
Yeah.
That is, to me, that's a really funny adult joke that's thrown in there. Like, because it sounds romantic enough, any kid's gonna like understand like the context to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
But for every adult who's like, "Oh, it's the boyfriend. Let's get it on," it's like, "Yeah, girl."
And you hear it a couple times too.
Oh yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
not just once.
It was so corny at the end when he's like, I don't need keys. I was born to run. And they drop his hair into like Fabio.
Fabio.
I'm like,
Oh,
get
yeah.
out of here with this.
The part still makes me laugh. It's so unnecessary.
Yeah, funny and unnecessary.
Also,
That's a great way to
had
describe that.
Fabio hair the whole time. Come on.
With that mustache, I don't believe it.
Yeah. The only other thing I want to mention is you guys all know how I love a title drop, and this one was such a good title drop. Did you guys even catch it?
Are you referring to like within the movie or the actual like title card?
Oh, within the movie.
Yes. Oh, I
I
got
don't
it.
care about title cards.
This-
You guys worry about the title cards.
Oh no, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, he's like, you have to put it in O for Onward. I'm like, oh yes, yes, you did.
I love that he bothered to cover up his speedometer to show O instead of a D.
Yeah, instead of a D. Yeah.
Well, that's not actually entirely true. I used to have a car that had an O on the gear shift. It was a 1992 Pontiac Firebird,
Cool.
and the O was like overdrive or something like that. So an O is a real gear to put your car in to go.
Is it the gear?
For Barley, it's O for Onward,
Onward.
and
Yeah.
you know that just that was so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It made me think about putting an O on my speedometer.
Speedometer.
I don't know. I was looking at
I don't know
that game and be like, you need a paint job? Get a little unicorn on the side there.
Oh my god. Okay, can we talk about the mural? Guinevere 1, amazing. Guinevere 2,
Questions.
well,
What is Guinevere? Like, I know that's the name of the van, but
Yeah.
but what is Guinevere? Like, what does that word mean?
it's a name. If I'm not mistaken, it's King Arthur's wife, Guinevere, who
Oh.
Guinevere has an affair with Lancelot. That's right.
Ooh.
Big trouble at the round table.
Yeah.
But yes, I believe Guinevere was King Arthur's wife.
Okay, so how does that tie into the van and Barley?
She's beautiful, and he named his car after a beautiful woman.
Okay. Got it.
Also, it's a unicorn, and it's a beautiful name for a unicorn. Which is still
Also-
ironic because it's like he's got a beautiful unicorn, and it's like you've got the raccoon versions right next to you.
Also, Barley gets a ride from her every time he gets in.
Oh, ayo. Yeah.
Heyo,
Got him. All right.
Gotti.
But yeah, I don't like the mural on Guinevere 2. It's just kind of weird.
It's
Like,
strange.
I mean, I'm all for unicorn. Like, go for it. If you're riding the unicorn, it's like now you've gone a little like onto the silly side of things. It's like, but it's you and your brother, and it's like, anybody else thinking about shit screen is like, it's okay. It's his brother. It's his sister or whatever. Like, it's like I just do the unicorn. Why do you have to be riding the unicorn? Like, it doesn't look cool anymore.
No, it doesn't.
Honestly, like,
it really doesn't.
Like, you don't get a unicorn. That's cool. Riding
like
the
a
unicorn, that's like that's
70s
not fun
album
anymore.
cover.
Wait, are you talking about? Wait, is it like a unicorn and they're both riding it with like swords sticking out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Is that not like the coolest decal ever?
It looks amazing.
It looks cool, but no, it's not. if like I said, if it was just if it's just the unicorn like it was before, I thought that'd be really cool. Or like, I mean, you could do a new version of the unicorn. It's just don't be riding the unicorn.
Hmm? What?
Don't be riding the unicorn.
Don't be riding the unicorn.
That sounds like a way to reference like drug use.
Yeah.
Yeah. You chasing the dragon?
Yeah, right? It's
Oh,
spot on.
riding the unicorn.
Riding the unicorn. This is like light drugs. You know? Okay.
I'm bumping the frog.
Oh, jeez. Isn't that a real thing? Like a frog and hallucinate or something?
No idea.
It doesn't matter. Folks, do not lick frogs. You got to say it. That's us covering it. Don't lick frogs. Just don't lick frogs. But
I have a
you got something.
internet's cutting out a bit. Hello.
There you
Is
are.
that it? Are we ready?
Nick had something he wanted to bring up, but he cut out for a second there.
Oh, okay.
Can't tell if he's frozen at the minute. He's moving a little bit. He blinked. I know he's alive.
Am I frozen? Am I here?
You're moving. You're moving.
Hello. Hello. It's me.
No, don't.
Now there's a moment. I guess. Did you notice? There was a stop sign on a road, but instead of the word "stop," did you guys see what it said?
Go.
I'm gonna guess it said halt.
Yeah, it said "halt." I don't know why I love that so much. Like I want the city to now change all of their stop signs to say "halt" instead of "stop."
Let's start the movement
People
now.
are bad enough drivers. Let's not confuse them, Nick.
What does halt mean?
Well, no, I think they would notice it more. Be like, "Oh, halt. Okay."
What am I halting?
They would laugh as they speed through the stop sign. I'm sorry, the halt sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. The halt sign.
All right.
Another small moment I liked
Yeah.
that I thought was just kind of funny. Barley refers to the drawbridge as ancient technology.
A crane.
I don't know. I just like that's not that old, but I guess in this world, it is pretty old.
It's a simple pulley system, so I mean, like, it's been around for a while. What works?
Yeah, but not
when it works-
ancient. Like it's
Well,
not
when it works, it works.
rocks and sticks. Yeah.
There were sticks. There's just really big sticks and rocks, big rocks too. All right. Any other scenes? Any other thoughts? Ready for who won the movie? I'm seeing one nod, two nods,
Yes.
and a reluctant yes. Yeah. Who wants to go first? Who won the movie?
Oh gosh, don't pick me.
Go ahead, Nick.
I think Brotherly Love wins the movie. Yeah, I think this
Fair, yeah.
movie I know, Brian, you said the whole tug of war thing between like the two things. I still think the brother relationship building in the film and the plot is pretty strong. For me, it overpowered the actual quest line for everything. And that's what stuck out to me the most, especially because I have a brother as well. so I guess it was more personal. But yeah, I just think the brotherly love wins the movie for me.
Okay. Go, Brian.
All right, my honorable mention is gonna be given to the wand.
Okay. The
way
staff.
The staff. I'm sorry.
Just saying, there's a difference, but
Damn D&Ds. The staff. It looks cool. The way that they used it was really creative. I mean, it was the dad's gift to Ian when he was 16. A splinter, and they revived it. I mean, it was really really good use of the staff. I don't know. I think Nick made a great case. I think it might be brotherly love is what wins the movie. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on that train.
okay. You want to go last, Jen?
No, I'm just gonna say pants. Pants win the movie.
Can the purple socks get a little love?
No, just the pants.
Just the pants. All right.
The Cheshire Cat socks. We didn't even talk about that, but yeah. Such a dad move.
It's bright purple socks.
That's amazing.
Pants.
That's all I got, guys. Not a fan of this one.
All good. You found something. That's what's to be commended.
Yeah.
What do you love about Onward? Pants.
Pants. Pants.
The dancing pants.
Those loafers.
Pants and dance.
So yeah, for me, I'm gonna agree, brotherly love. But I would say that unfortunately not Jen, not pants. But my shout out or honorable mention will be to Dan Scanlon, because I do think that he came up with a great story. I think it's a really beautiful story. It's not what you'd expect when you are talking about Pixar, but I don't think that necessarily hurts the quality of this. It's still very, very well told. It's a lot of fun, and it's clearly personal. But I think the best thing that comes out of it certainly is that brotherly love, that camaraderie, what we see between Barley and Ian by the end. That's the moment. That's what happens at the end that is revealed, and it maintains, and it's beautiful. And I love, because Jen doesn't anymore.
Well, this is the rare occasion where all three of us are on the love train and Jen is not.
Love train, yeah. Go ahead, Jen.
I did have a question before we end it, and I'm sorry we already went over it. But that one guy that's always in the Pixar movies.
Yeah.
What voice is in this one?
Can you repeat that?
Ratzenberger, John Ratzenberger, who he voiced in this movie. We did talk about this. It might have been before you joined with Fun Facts, but he voices a construction worker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Definitely did not catch that.
Very minimal character. I think there's a couple of scenes, so it's like at the beginning. It's probably the video where Barley's getting arrested. You can probably hear him in that, and then I guess at the end too when they show up at the fountain.
Okay. Okay, that was it. I just like knowing who he is.
Yeah, of course. But with that is a close on Onward, and that is where we will end our session.
We will not go onward.
We will not go onward. But
Well,
yeah,
Jen will go onward from this movie.
Well, Jen, it is your pick for it's our final pick of animation, Pixar animation. What have you got for us? How are you gonna? Will be the epic conclusion?
I know. I didn't even consider like this is it, but I'm gonna go with it anyway. We're sticking to it. So we're gonna go back to their earlier days. And although I don't like them in real life at all,
I think I know.
what is it?
Well, I don't want to say it.
Why?
I just want to know if I'm right.
It is. It's a Bug's Life.
There we go. I knew it.
Yes. All right. I was kind of hoping somebody would pick this. For whatever reason, the Bug Zapper has been popping up a lot lately.
Well, I just we were talking about it a lot, and I don't remember this movie at all. Can't tell you anything.
Well, I'm already excited for a fun fact that Brian will get to.
I just remember when it came out, I would always confuse this one with Ants all the time.
Yeah, easily confused.
I feel like they came around at the same time too.
Yeah, they did it to cause confusion.
I think there was kind of like a race, but they either came out at the exact same time or DreamWorks came out first with Ants.
Yeah.
It's a close one. But we'll figure that out next week here on YouTube as we round out Pixar animation with A Bug's Life. Going to be very exciting. You can follow us on Instagram at good.flickas. Give us a like, give us a follow, share us with your friends. We've got clips. We got all kinds of things on there. Follow us on Instagram. And follow us here on YouTube at GoodFlickas, where you can see all of our live shows, typically every Monday, occasionally on Tuesdays when life gets in the way. So be looking at all of our social media to see where it is most accurately changed, because we have an amazing social media team, but we are independent contractors. So some things don't get communicated as quickly, and some people are just better at being on time than other people. So yeah, look around for us, see if there's a change in time. But for the most part, watch us here on YouTube every week, Monday nights. GoodFlickas ruling.
He says on a Tuesday.
Yes, it's going down on a Tuesday. Sometimes, on occasion, Mondays, but Mondays here on YouTube, GoodFlickas. You can also send us an email at goodflickas2020@gmail.com. Let us know how we're doing, give us some advice, and if you got anything supportive, just send it our way. We'd love to hear about it. Other than that, it's a wrap on Onward, and we shall be moving onward to the next movie. Brian, what have you got for us, sir?
All right, our little magic lovers and friends. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Don't ride the unicorn. Don't ride the unicorn. And come hang out with us next week, where GoodFlickas always work with what we have, which is just so much. We'll see you next week.